Yes.
Not my voice. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So it is now at 4 p.m. Does everybody want to hear about the chapters or just move on to the show? Talk about the pieces.
I mean, we can wait a few more minutes for people to come, or.
Yeah, can you play the video that you did, Jennifer?
Sure.
That'll be our
Let me put that.
fast intro.
And there's 93 artists in the show. It's incredible. It's such a array of disciplines, and it's a beautiful show.
Yeah, wonderful interpretations.
Curating show was not easy. There's some really amazing work. So it all had to boil down to the one that helped interpret the Some Like It Hot best.
And some just made us smile. I mean, there were so many that made us smile. So it was really fun, like picking the works.
I think so.
Some of these pieces, I just want to let you know, it doesn't do it justice online. I hope that you'll resubmit for venues that when we get into the actual, brick and mortar venues, because they're incredible. Some of them, you can see the brush strokes, you can see the all the media as you're getting in, and we know what it's like, but I don't think a lot of people can appreciate it and this is the artist until they see it in live. So by all means, even if you didn't get a piece in this one, make sure that you submit your pieces to future shows that are brick and mortar as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. Same with awards. We had so many amazing stuff that we couldn't give everybody an award, but just so you know that we did as best we could for this show to make sure it was apropos for the Some Like It Hot, best interpretations, and so on. But incredible work. You all can see it. It's incredible.
And we wanted to welcome everyone and just say hi. And I mean, I don't know how you guys feel. My son actually just finished. He really is on summer break right now. So it does feel like summer. So the show is so perfect. The feeling of it. It's youthful, it's thought provoking, and it's lighthearted. And it's great to have the second version of the show. I mean, the first one had a great response. And, you know, with summer being a time of reset, family, and travel, where we can finally do it this year, it's kind of great to be able to have another show where we had more people submit and more wonderful works. So I'm going to display. So thanks for everyone for being a huge, intricate, you know, component on this part. And well, let me share. And Kate is going to go through the galleries.
I am.
Would you like to? Or should we do the awards first? What would you like to do? Should we do awards?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's
awards. I didn't know.
I don't know. How about you want to wait a few more minutes before you do the awards? Because I don't know
we
if
have some more
we're still getting
people that
people
are
walking
coming.
in. We're up to 27 people here. But
Okay.
we're still coming in. So maybe you want to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about, is anyone here that's not from one of the chapters who wants to know about a chapter? We have the 3 chapters here. We have Massachusetts, we have South Carolina, and we have Florida. We're the presidents here. There's Jennifer, there's myself, Kate. And if there's any questions, if you're wondering about joining, want to know how it might differ from yours or whatever, joining multiple chapters is always a good thing if you want to show in different locations. So it's your chance if you want to ask questions. We're not.
Your questions.
Any questions? Any questions? No.
I have a question. So,
Hi, Dale.
hi. I don't know what's happening, but hi, Jennifer. Yeah, so I'm interested in joining the other chapters. And I guess my question is, are there brick and mortar exhibitions going on right now? And how many are coming up for South Carolina and Florida?
We have, I'm South Carolina. This is Kate.
Hi.
Yes, we have brick and mortar exhibitions going on. We have, let's see, we'll be doing the Venue again, and we'll be doing up in Aiken in 2022. I think it's March, which is Aiken, South Carolina, is where they do all the steeplechase, and the same time that they do all the horse things up there. The big national PGA tournament is in Augusta, which is like a really short drive away. So we have the Aiken Cultural Center, which has a great big 2-story gallery. And we are going to have a large brick and mortar show there. And that's one of the busiest seasons. It's the busiest part of the season and when they get the most sales. So we're really excited because the money's coming. And then we're going to do the Venue Art Hotel, but we don't have the date secured, but we'll be doing it in 2022 also. And the Venue Art Hotel is a hotel that is a destination art hotel, and it's a really nice 4 or 5-star hotel, and they have galleries built into the hotel, and they have curators, staff, and tours daily, and they do daily cocktail hours and take people on a tour of all the galleries.
Oh, great. Thank you.
So we did one there before, but we had to, because of COVID, we had to make it virtual, even though we hung it and people could go at a limited basis. They wanted to do a huge reception and pay for all of it. And they have people coming in internationally, and they usually advertise in Condé Nast all their shows.
Okay, thank you.
So,
and on our end, I'm looking up so I can because we got a lot going on. We have, let me just get out my agenda. It would help me to speed up a little bit more. And well, I'll start it. I'll just kind of go off the top of my head. What we have going on is that one of the biggest things Florida does is that because we are spread out throughout the whole state, and it's a large state, as you know, we do online workshops. This is all included in your one cost. So if you are paying to be a member of NAWA Florida, It's already included. You don't pay extra to be to attend the workshop. You do pay extra to be in an art show, of course, but not in to be as part of the workshop. The workshops have been everything from teaching about marketing and advertising yourself as self-promoting as an artist. And it's also been about sometimes this person that is a memoriam. We had a person that just passed away, had an incredible life of starting out in Peru or actually Russia to Peru, and from Peru into America, and an incredible woman, incredible life story, and beautiful artist, a member of NAWA Florida. We had that, and then now we have different workshops on Pat Zalisco has given us wonderful workshops on the 15-word exercise on how to work with that and how to create a statement of your art. We have coming up, we have an art salon. So when we have like filler, we want to know what you're up to. So we have this like a NAWA Florida, like what have you been up to at home now that for the whole COVID year? It didn't even feel like you were locked up last year when you were part of Florida, because we were constantly getting together for one thing or another. And this one coming up, like I said, is online about what you're up to as an artist. Then there's one after that will be Susan Hammond talking about NAWA, talking about her beautiful photography. She really does out of the box photography. It's wonderful. And then there's I'm going to do one finally. I've tried to get everybody that volunteered to volunteer, and then I'll do mine, which is going to be in September, since we had no volunteers that month at the time. And it's really about communicating through your art. I used to be a activist, protester, and all that kind of stuff. So some of my stuff is subliminal. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you see is not exactly what you're looking at, but it's subliminal. And it's a great way to show the art. You don't get, knocked out of the show. And let's see, then we have, I don't want to go any farther, but that's up to like October. We have somebody else doing it. We've done batik. We've done so many things. It's incredible. We have a stable of amazing artists that it's like having a massive studio here in Florida that we all can like co-op our ideas. We volunteer. It's only like an hour of your time to do these workshops online. You would contact our Annabelle, and she would actually get you onto doing it. It helps promote you. There's some people that do amazing online workshops following up. So that's one thing. Then the brick and mortars, as the question was, we have Tallahassee at the 621 Gallery. I'm trying to finish up the contract right now, but we're supposed to be in Tallahassee come August. February got moved. March, we have February, I think we're going to be at the JCC in Boca or down Miami. And then, no, I'm wrong, Aventura, sorry, we've been all over. And then March, we are at the Art Serve, which is in Fort Lauderdale. Now this place does a lot of traffic, and they're doing fundraisers, and a lot of the theme is going to be on the wetlands. And we could do art talk where we actually include a little bit of a fundraiser. And it's a great way to really promote our organization, to come together and to show off what we do. And it makes it fun. After that, we have shows down in Kolb. We know that we're looking into places in Orlando. A lot of the things that were booked for 2020 obviously got pushed back. So I'm telling you stuff that is now solid. And then the stuff that got pushed back is a matter of where they're going to fit us in. And we have people on the West Coast of Florida really working hard to get us in those venues as well. And we're already booked for Tallahassee at the top of the municipal building in 2023, whatever it's called. They're way at the top. Anyway, we are busy, but it's online shows that like differentiates us. So you wonder, why do you join one over the other? We have nonstop, because of Annabelle Rupeischer has been amazing. We have these nonstop, once a month gatherings where we can actually learn about what we do, what each other, our style, and that kind of stuff. It's incredible. I love it. Okay.
Thanks.
Anyone else? How about Massachusetts? You want to talk about Massachusetts? What you're up to?
Okay. And the last is Mass. Hi, everyone. So I'm Jennifer, and we're going to be sending out an e-blast because we have the 3 scholarships that just went out to 1,500 went went out. 3 scholarships went to 3 very talented young high school girls that are going to be attending colleges. And so we're very proud about that. So we'll be sending that out shortly. We have an ongoing gallery that we're trying to change. We're changing every 2 months, but because of COVID, we haven't been back in there, but it's the Junior League headquarters in Boston. We're hoping to get back in there and just switch things out and kind of get that going again. You know, we just finished a show, The Woman X, that was over in Marblehead, and that was really wonderful. It was also, an article was written online as being not only an in-person, but an online, one of their best shows. And that was written up by Artscope. We usually do 2 shelter-in-place socials. We've been trying to do the district hall, and it's the one that's next to the ICA. And we've postponed it the last years because of COVID. And so we've done the sheltering in place socials. We do it twice a year, spring and fall. And that actually has been wonderful. And Anita, who's our head, and also Candy have been wonderful in setting this up for us. Nourishing the Senses is going to be over at the Redmond Gallery over at LaSalle, and that's going to be January and February next year. We were supposed to have Rockport, we were supposed to have Rocky Neck, and that's going to be next year. That got postponed. We're hoping to hear by the end of this month on that one. We have See Me, that's going to be over at the SOA Art and Design District at Galatea. We have 2 galleries there. And Manipulation, that is in November, and that is over at the Piano Craft Gallery. Their space is absolutely raw, gorgeous. It's 2,000 square feet. So big works can be there. We've shown there before. And the guy, Eric, he's just a fire. He's like amazing. So amazing to work with. And so we're happy to be working with him again. We're going to be doing Capturing the Moment over at the gallery at Atlantic Wharf, over at the Seaport, and that's going to be for 3 months, starting in January, February, and March of next year. And we're going to be doing the Transcultural Exchange 2022 International Conference, Create the Future, and that's in November 2022. We're going to be also over at the Moakley, which is also a 3-month stay. It's called Wrap Around the Time, and that's October through January. So October 23 through January 2023. And then over at the Art Complex, which is an amazing, huge venue, great venue. And that's going to be called Where Do We Come From? Where Are We Going? Where Are We? And Where Are We Going? And this was actually set up, this exhibition is titled, They're Questions That Are Posed by Paul Gauguin, and it just kind of highlights, it's going to highlight the heritage of our chapter, and then our experiences, and then also it'll talk about our families just kind of migrating from and what made us artists, and then focus on particular interests and where we are going, just kind of in the title. And then so it's kind of a great show, and that will actually be May 14th 2023, and that got pushed because it was supposed to be in 2022, and that got pushed a year. So that's going to be from April to September.
And then we have that marketing thing too.
Yes. Yeah, Lisa, yes. And so Lisa and I, we're on our 6th one, right? I think it's the 6th. So we've been doing actually, it's just a marketing class that every artist should take, and the first hour, Lisa really kind of goes over your website, your artist statement, and just it's basically what you would need as an artist, kind of for your arsenal, things that you would need. The second hour is with me, and we really touch on the base of IG, Facebook, and really kind of, but we really gear it towards the people that are in the class. So it's not just generic and just kind of throwing you information that you can kind of get. We really try to gear it towards people that are attending, and we've gotten really wonderful response. I think we're going to do one for national too a little later this year, but that's kind of where we are now. We're looking at Cohasset also, so we're always looking at different venues. So So we've always asked members to kind of, any ideas, just to let us know. So that's where we are.
Great.
And Judith has her hand up.
Oh yeah, Judith?
I have to remember to put it down. Is there any place where we can find all this information?
Ours, I mean, I know for the Mass chapter, we actually have it on our website, and that's where I was reading. Well, you see my eyes, my eyes were actually on the phone, and it was, we have a page that is upcoming exhibitions and opportunities, and you can find anything updated. We usually update it pretty often, as once something gets confirmed. So we usually update it.
And for the other chapters?
Well, this is South Carolina, and we are working on updating our members page, and it'll be open to everybody, but we're going to list all the opportunities coming up. Right now, on the first page of the website, it has what's going on now and what's happened in the past, but we have several things that we're finalizing before we put them out to the public and to the chapter people. We've got to get some more details. So it will be on the website, and the exhibit is on the website now so that you can tour it. And it's in 4 different galleries.
And Florida, our website's a little bit outdated, so we're working on getting it, someone to help us work on it and get it up to date. And in the meantime, all of our stuff is on the Facebook page. That's for members only. And then there's another page, once you're a member, that you can actually share things that are not NAWA Florida. That's called Members Share, NAWA Florida Members Share. So let's say that you're in other groups, you're not in NAWA Florida. You're doing other stuff besides NAWA Florida. So now you can share the Members Share page. Yeah. So Facebook definitely is a strong access for most people.
7%.
It's also, I'm starting to try to work with Instagram, but as well as being president, we're also trying to
it's Beaufort. Hilton Head is more. The town of Hilton Head actually puts an extra.
And I was just going to say that all the chapters, we all do constant contact, or we all do e-blasts, and that usually gives really wonderful updates for what's going on with each chapter. And I have to say, like, all of them are very detailed, so you'll get a sense of what's going on. So join, at least get on the mailing list on each chapter, or join each chapter, and then that way you are on the mailing list, and then you'll get all the information. So
great, thank you.
You're welcome. So should we go to Kate? Do you want to go to the galleries, or should we go to the winners? I wish everyone. We really wish we could give a reward to everybody. We spent a long time jurying this. So
it's so good.
But why don't we go down? We'll go down, and as many of you guys know, the theme of the show, which it was an open theme. There was Some Like It Hot. It was curated exhibition representing women artists. Hot thoughts, cold notions, hot theories, cold notions, art, imitating time, a place, and a momentary observation or a feeling. And, we kind of got the idea too from Marilyn Monroe, Some Like It Hot. So, it's really a fun show, and we're grateful for all you guys, having the second round. It's been wonderful. So while we go down, Roberta, do you want to read this off, and I can just display it?
So you want me to wait? If I'm going to read them off, I have to have my Excel spreadsheet up.
Okay. I'm sharing it right now. Can you guys all see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, if the artist is here, we should allow them to do the talking. So
Lori, are you here?
I am here.
Congratulations.
Wow, I'm amazed. Thank you. I'm over. Thank you, Lisa. Woo! I'm in the Massachusetts chapter. I'm new to the group. Lisa and I are in a class together. She helped me, told me about the group. Wow, thank you. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Well, let's see. Fusion, it really has a few meanings. The reason I picked it is, to me, there is a sense of harmony among disharmony, sort of jazz. There's a feeling of jazz to it. And, you know, the red is hot and some like it hot. And the two sides kind of fuse together. Also, a kind of meaning for me is that actually this is a redo of a painting that's underneath, which was a very rare attempt of mine at representational painting, and it was vase with flowers, and I never liked it, so I turned it into an abstract piece. But to me it's fusion of kind of my wish to do it representational, but I don't really do that, and the abstract. So that's the best I can do off the cuff.
Did you write?
Lovely.
Did you write hot on here? We saw hot. We saw the H and the O, and I don't know if it's intentional or if it was unintentional.
You know what? Okay, so
See it sideways, H.
yes.
and
Okay,
O.
so my art teacher would tell me to say it was on purpose. And I'm going to be honest. Lisa, don't tell on me. I'm going to be honest, saying no, actually it wasn't, but I see it also.
It's subliminal.
So because truthfully, I applied after I found out about the show after I made the piece. So it wasn't necessarily, do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, it's just that it fit for me.
Okay, in that case, don't tell us that. Just say it was intentional.
Oh, it was intentional. Maybe I'm not supposed to say I made it. Maybe I did make it, but I don't remember. But anyway, in this. So, but anyway, thank you. As soon as I saw the title of your show, I'm like, that one fits. So at least there's that.
And for anyone that wants information, it's an acrylic. It's 24 by 20.
Mhm.
Okay. I found my Excel spreadsheet here.
Carolyn, are you here?
Carolyn.
I am here.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I have myself muted and everything else. I think I'm here now.
I love this piece.
Thank
It's
you.
fun.
Well, it just, you know, those slathered bodies in the sun just seem to fit the theme. And I don't think there's much else to say. I call it different angles because they were clearly very disinterested in one another, but they were very interested in getting the sun and getting hot. So that's basically it.
It's a wonderful composition. And so even if it was accident, it's wonderful. I don't know if you made it that way or not, but it's wonderful angles.
Well, they were actually, no, I kind of pieced this one together. They were separate people that I took.
In that case, it was excellent.
Yeah. It just struck me. I mean, I took the photos all basically in the same place at the same time, so the lighting all works, but I shoved them together in that position because I liked the disinterestedness in one another.
It's a watercolor and it's 16 by 26. It's 26 and a half. I got a question. Do you have a background in illustration? Because it's very illustrative as opposed to strictly watercolor.
No. I've been painting and drawing all my life. My mother was an artist, an art teacher. My background was in art education. So I just paint away.
Yeah, well, you know,
I have been 180 degrees around the circle. So I have done, in the past, I've done a lot of non-objective and abstract work. But I tend to see detail. And when I do in the other two areas, the process is great fun and I love to do it. But I always feel as though I have loose ends. So I guess this is basically the way I see things. And I have to kind of follow that instinct.
Don't change. Your instinct is spot on. And I love the empty chair too. The only one upright.
it's very good. Excellent job.
Thank you.
And the next one is Dorothy. Dorothy, are you here? Dorothy Pilla?
Here. Let me see if I can find it. What's the last name again?
Pilla,
There.
fire woman.
Okay. Why is it things jump away? Okay. H, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to change my mouse. It's jumping on me. Okay, I'm gonna choose H and
So this woman's expression just got us. I don't know what everyone else thought about it, but look
up close. Can you get in close to that picture? Look at the face.
Yeah, the face. Let me.
Wonderful.
And I don't know why I'm missing this here.
It means business. This woman. You don't want to cross this one. It's just one of those faces.
I don't know who she is, but she's definitely looks like she's gonna, you don't mess with her. It's great.
Yeah.
And
Her look is actually more intimidating than the fire behind her.
I think this one, if I remember right, this is a multimedia, it's a digital art.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, for whatever reason, I keep jumping here.
If I can just interject,
Sure.
I know Dorothy and I know her work.
Okay.
I know her daughter, and this is a photo of her daughter.
Thank you, Judah.
Interpreted, but yeah, that's the basis.
She uses a lot of her daughter in her work.
Yes,
Her daughter is an amazing muse for her.
and her daughter's also an artist.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I keep jumping around, but I remember it being digital art. I can't tell you the size she has here, but definitely digital art.
Yeah, my redheaded daughter gives me that look on a regular basis.
Does she really? So you know from experience.
Yeah, it's that don't cross me.
It's a great piece. And ending the theme interpretation is Loli. Loli, are you here, Owens?
Lily? Okay.
I know she's a new member, so Loli Owens.
Yeah, a couple of them said that they couldn't make today, but they asked if it was going to be recorded, so that's good to know. So we really can't speak for her. I'm trying to locate again. What was the last name?
Owens.
That's right. If I ever forget a name, don't take it personal. I can't remember my own practically. And,
This piece just kind of draws you in more and more you look at it. It's just a fun piece.
yeah, this is a acrylic paint, and it's a 48 by 32,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Tree Nymphs. And it kind of is like, to me, like something like a hot in terms of like in your face. It's just kind of like a in your face kind of piece. Like you said, it draws you in. Well, it's kind of like stops you too. Kind of stops you to take it, so you want to look. So sometimes something like it hot is just about like the Marilyn Monroe show, just kind of like, Marilyn Monroe movie. It just makes you stop and look. Firewoman. Oh, absolutely. I think she was Tree Nymphs. I think you got the label off a little bit.
Yeah, it's just moved. It was moved.
Okay.
It was moved down the page.
Okay.
So the next one is best materials used, and this is Joanna Koch. Sorry.
Yeah, that one I know.
What is yet to come? And this is just a great piece. I don't know if you're here, Joanne.
Again, if you could get in closer on that, you can see the textures and materials. She really does go in to work on that. It says that's acrylic, but she says in the notes, mixed media, but it really is acrylic with a lot of mixed media. She uses texture, she uses, I don't know, I think she uses compound, she uses gesso, she uses sand or something, but definitely it's textural.
Almost looks like plaster too, something else.
Plaster.
Yeah. And then this
and it's one of those pieces that you also want to look at for a while because it's got a lot of elements. There's like the upside down bird and so on. So
Yes.
it does draw you in again.
It looks like a reef that's like a lava tube going down to me whenever I see that. I look at it, it's got all the texture of the lava, and then the bird is just like, it's just there, pulls you over.
Yeah, but it feels like you're being drawn into a bright, hot area. It really pulls your eye in.
Pat, it looks like you had a question.
Yeah, actually more of a comment. Joanna recently did a workshop for us, and I think Roberta posted it on the NAWA Florida chapter share, so anybody can see it, but it was a good exercise, and she's a very good instructor. She's entertaining, and it was a really good session, so you may want to take a look at it.
And one of the things that she does from this, I know that, you know, you can see the workshops. If you're a member, you could get the workshop. I give you the code if you didn't see it on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel, so you can see our workshops on the YouTube. We have, a lot of them are private, so they're only for members. So like I said, I just give you a link for that. But on hers, one of the things I loved about her talk on her workshop was that she could start with words. Sometimes they're words or emotions, which I've done, but I've never really taken it like her, where you actually start to integrate symbols or words or something. And as you build on top of it, you know what's below it, you know what's working it, and it becomes this piece that you don't expect at the end. And it's just kind of evolves out of that first, you know, words, out of letters and words and numbers or whatever the case is. So if you see some symbols inside there, there's a reason for it. The title of this is what?
What is yet to come.
What is yet to come? Okay.
Which is perfect for the piece.
Yeah, it's very unique. Her stuff is very unique. Okay,
And
this is when we talk about something making us smile. Every time this makes you smile. Judith, are you here? Judith, are you here?
How can you not smile when you look at all that color and joy and that, especially that little devil up on her shoulder?
Yeah, there's no angel, we noticed, just a devil, which just makes it even funnier. It's perfect. And you know, the whole
ice cream and a remote.
And we all know how wonderful that could be. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's an acrylic paint. It's 30 by 24, and it's called Ice Cream Happiness, and it's at Pure Joy. Judith is one of my faves because she, you know, and other things. I don't think she's ever won anything with us, but this has been one of my faves because she always thinks out of the box. No matter what you're thinking, she thinks out of the box. I don't know if it's a self-portrait. Judith's hair is, Jill, Judith's hair is kind of that crazy purple. I think she would have gone really purple. This one definitely had the red. This was all about the devil in you. So, but you're right. I think
everything's a different color, but it looks like her.
Yeah, you know what? And maybe so. I think we all put a little bit of our family and ourselves into our paintings, whether you like it or not. I started doing some painting and it looked like my mom, and I'm like, how did I do that? I think we just know, we paint what we know. Even when we try not to, we still paint what we know. And family, friends, and self-portraits are in them. Anyway, it's a kick. I like it.
It is. It's a great piece.
It will make you, I don't know, anyway, I'm looking at all of your faces right now, and most of you are all smiling. So it works.
The next one is Best in Cultural Commentary. And I don't know if Susan's here. Susan?
Susan?
She asked us to record it. Is she here?
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is, of course, it's a photograph, digital photography. And I wish that Susan was here to talk about her art, but you have to come to our workshop that she'll have in August to hear her talk about it. But I personally love the fact that she takes you into an environment that you're not used to. And so this, again, you've got the three people and they're all embracing the water. You're just in an environment, whether it's in a forest, whether she's done dead animals on the side of the road, she's done a whole series on them. She'll take you to an area that you just aren't expecting. And it makes it fun. It's that surprise of looking at her work. It's wonderful. And what was it called again?
This one is Harmony.
Harmony. And I got best in cultural commentary. Beautiful. Okay.
And you don't see, you really don't see the third person in the beginning. And so when we looked at this piece, it was just even more harmonious because it's like the tripod having with the three. So it really is, the more you look at it, it does draw you in more. So it's great. It's a great piece.
It almost looks like a heart upside down.
It does.
There's so much you can see in it. It's really fun.
And then this one got best sculpture, Mindy Colton.
You hear?
Mindy's here.
You said Mindy is here or not?
I'm not sure if she's here. I can't tell from the.
Yeah, because I think she was gonna, she asked if we were taping it.
Okay.
So this is called Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
As a sculpture is 24 inches high by 17 inches wide by 7 inches deep. And she said she made this specifically for the show. She was so excited when she was able to get into the show because she wanted to create something new, and she did. So this is a brand new piece called Wildfire. And again, she you don't have it here, but we saw it as she submitted a video of it turning so we can see all the angles. And it just has that fire. And anyone that hears the word wildfire and sees that, it's almost like you could hear that song Wildfire in your head.
You can, yeah. And this is best abstract.
And who is this?
This is Nia. Niam, I don't know if you're here.
I am here.
Hi, Niam. Can you talk a little bit about your piece?
Yeah, my work is very serendipitous. I start with making some marks and painting color fields. And as I trained as a sculptor, I have various kinds of unique address to painting. I take away, I add on, I collage, use skins a lot. And I just try to keep going until I strike what I feel is some kind of a balance. But for me, this is summer, hot and cold. For me, summer is restorative, restful. It's when I used to get reacquainted with my daughter after her year in school. I have such fond memories of, summer. So it's, it takes me to a happy place, summer, the idea of summer.
And I was surprised by the medium here is what, acrylic?
Yes.
And you worked on this one's smaller pieces, 12 by 12, right?
Yes.
It's amazing the amount of texture and shapes and form that you were able to accomplish in a 12-inch piece. That's really incredible.
That's the sculpture coming through. In the beginning of my painting career, which is only 1 year in duration, I writhed at being a sculptor as I painted, but I guess that I finally accepted it and embraced it and do it as I would naturally. It's a little bit sculptural approach.
It works. It's a great piece. It really is.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
And this is best representational. Heather.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Hi. It's almost like the face. The face is kind of going.
So there's this cognitive bias called hot-cold empathy gap that I was reading about, and it's basically when our hot emotions overwhelm us and we become people that we almost don't recognize. We do things and say things that we can't really control. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's sort of this oceanic wave of emotion and the different ways that we respond to those things. Mm-hmm. And the one I was most pleased with is that unexpected one at the bottom where she's got her finger over her mouth where she's not speaking. And it's when we really should speak up and say something, and we're just so overwhelmed that we're just we keep our mouths shut when we should defend something.
And for those that, for the details, Hot Cold Empathy Gap is a oil painting. It's 48 inches tall by 36 wide. And what caught me is that you talk about hot and cold, this really, because it has minimum amount of use of color, it really allows the motions to all shine. So it's very nice, very well done. You there?
Mhm.
Yeah, quiet on my end.
We're here. And this is also best representational. Denise?
Yeah, hi. That's so cool. This is acrylic and gold leaf, and it's 4 10 by 10 panels, and it's a self-portrait. It's that idea of aging and examining how we age and rust and need oil. And so it starts with a portrait from high school, then a couple of years on either side of now and the 10 years in the future. So yeah.
It's a great, it really is beautifully done.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite panel, or are you happy with every age?
Visually, I like the one in the upper left just because of the gold leaf and the kind of Tin Man type of all that. But you know, we age, and I think through this painting, I got to the point where I realized I have to embrace my aging. I don't have a choice. So what does that then look like if I'm embracing it? Then I'm going to do the best I can to make myself look good all the way. But no, not really. But you know what I mean? Like you just
well, it's such a hot topic, and I think now being on Instagram and everything, you know, my kid's 7, so I worry about, you know, there was a documentary that came out and basically saying that a lot of the teenagers are, you know, they look at themselves on Instagrammers that are promoters and what the way they look like, but you know, they've all been touched up in some way, or there's some app that made them look better, and so like it's a little scary. It's scary to see, you know, just accepting aging. I think the best advice is that you never have to worry about aging because all your friends are aging with you. So in some ways, like it's not it shouldn't bother you.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. We're going there.
But it is a hot.
As they say, it's better than the alternative. So enjoy it every stage.
Amen. Yeah, you got that right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful piece. Did I say it was an acrylic paint? It's 20 by 20. It's a lot going on in that 20 by 20. Is that, those were done like individual smaller pieces or 20 by 20?
Yeah, there are 4 10 by 10s.
Wonderful, a lot going on. It's a lot of motion in each one.
Mm-hmm. And those are all our, I mean, I would say everyone should get an award, but those are all the winners here. Thank you everyone for sharing too about your pieces.
Do you want me to go back and do the, I could go through the list off of the Dropbox we have to show the images if you want. Do we have them all in there now?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. And we can also go to South Carolina page, and we can actually pull up the exhibit too. But
okay, that's fine. However you want to do it. We should allow others who are in the show to say their name and talk about their pieces. We just gotta, you know, get the pieces up there.
Yeah, let me pull that up right now. So is anyone traveling this summer? Are you guys going anywhere?
I'm going to England next month.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
London and England.
Wonderful. You see your daughter.
I'll be there for a month. Yeah, I'm going on grandma duty.
You're gonna have a blast. So you're gonna have a great time.
I love London. I love England too.
So I'll be on Cape Cod for the first 2 weeks in July. Are there any Massachusetts chapter members that live on the Cape?
There's actually quite a few that live on the
Oh,
Cape.
good. Wonderful.
So we can send you. We can get you in touch with them. But yeah.
Great. Thanks, Jennifer. That'd be great.
Okay. So I actually can't see the list of artists that are here.
Yeah, they're, I was trying to say, if anyone's on here, anyone's artwork is, any artists here that like to talk about their art, let me know and I can bring it up on my side.
Mhm.
Is there anyone that would like to talk about their art?
Yeah, this is Sue Scavo Gallagher.
Okay.
Gallagher, I'm gonna look for you here. Sorry, I'm going through I'm doing this
And I'm
slowly.
bringing it up right now. Here we go. Can everyone see?
I'm
Can't see it.
on Dropbox. What is the name again?
You
Susan.
clicked
Yeah.
on it. Scavo Gallagher, Susan?
Can you guys see? Can you guys see this image or
No.
no? Okay, let me.
Are you sharing?
I'm sharing, but do you want to
Okay.
share instead?
No, I had it downloaded, but I think we're missing
There
a
it
couple
is.
people on my download.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, so this is an unenhanced photo that I took at night. It was a very hot night. And I was walking along a waterfront with a friend of mine. And that's reflections of lights in water. And that red just like really jumped. You know, just from, you know, the movement of the water and the wind causing it to move, or, you know, a boat going by, that kind of thing. And I actually didn't have my good camera, and I actually took this with my iPhone. And I usually don't take photos with my iPhone. But anyway, I took a whole bunch of night shots, and I thought this one really went from cool, blue cool, to the hot, hot raging fire. So I thought this was a good one to put into the show.
Very nice.
It's a great one.
Strong vertical and horizontals going on it. I like that.
It reminded me also of Rhode Island when they do the fire.
Water fire.
The water fire. Yeah.
It's not taken there.
It brings you, I think that's what's great about the piece is that it reminds you of a memory or something, that anything that deals with, you know, some part of some water kind of. So it's great. It's great. Thank you, Sue.
I also have CJ Lori. She's wants to share.
Okay. Hi, CJ.
Hi, Jen.
Okay.
It was the top left one.
We're getting there.
There it is.
There it is.
I love that. It's like such a surrealist piece with the tree floating.
Mm-hmm.
I did see it before. It was on top left. Go down.
Yeah, it's up higher.
Seems like mine. Every time you do that little mouse thing, it jumps too far.
Just saw it.
Up a little higher, I think.
Up a little higher.
I thought so.
It would be lower, L.
For
some reason.
There it is.
There it is.
Left. There you go.
I do.
Adieu.
I do.
Tell us, Lori.
Can you click on it? Make it large.
CJ?
Oh, me?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, can you make it larger though?
I thought I just shared it. Isn't it larger? Can you guys?
No, I'm not seeing it.
You guys are not seeing the piece.
No.
No. Make it larger and then share. that page. Someone has birdies in the background. I love that sound.
Yeah.
I can hear the birds.
How's that?
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Kind of. There we go. Yes, this is the female figure in this is taken from a painting by George way back, and the scene is behind the Cape Cod National Seashore Visitor Center in Eastham.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I put the two of them together. It's an oil on cradled panel, I believe, 24 inches high, 18 inches wide. And the woman pretty much looks like the woman from the original painting, except that rather than waving her handkerchief at a boat, she's waving it at a tree. And it's just part of my Trees Leaving series, which focuses on climate change and our desire for escape.
I love it. I haven't seen interesting surrealism in a long time. This is very a nice, beautiful piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bill, did you want to share anything before you leave? Nope.
I really have to go, but I don't know.
Let me pull up your piece, Joe, because your piece is great.
I call it an improvisation because it was one of those things where I was collaging on top of a monotype, and I had this little wood block that was the cornfields, and so I just was putting things together, and this was in my own salon refuse, so to speak, but I thought that it really fit the theme, and it felt like the birds were trying to get away from a burning field, so it had a lot of movement there. So I really have to go, but this was great. Thank you so much.
Lovely.
Take care, everybody, and thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Okay, well, who's next?
This is Annika. I could say a couple of words, I guess, if you can pull up that painting.
Okay.
And I'm delighted to be a member of 2 out of 3 chapters. It's delightful. Any luck with the painting?
Coming right now. Here we go.
Beautiful.
So this is a rather large piece, and I painted it originally on unstretched, unprimed canvas. So it was like a big jump from me from smaller. I'd been moving up to say 3x3s or 4x4s, and then went a little further, and was pleased by freedom. And I think you can experience that here. Like it's got a lot of movement and a lot of color. I picked this one for the show because of the red. It's called Wild Thing, and it sort of shows a side of me that doesn't come out a lot. So I enjoy doing it, and it's it just feels good to me. And the other ones that I did on the same size canvas and the same unstretched, unprimed sense, it became more and more realistic. But I like this effort of being totally free and totally abstract.
Would you do more of more size canvases like this?
I think I am going to. I've just acquired a studio in Naples It's quite large, private studio, and I start paying rent July 1st, so I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm quite excited about it. It's in an art district with 73 other artists, and I'm on the board at theirs because I've sort of been around without my sharing studios before. But having my own place is going to be very exciting. So I'm going to get very big, I think.
That's going to be fun. That'll be.
And Jill, did you still have a question? There's somebody that had raised their hand.
I could go next after.
Okay, so I'll make sure.
And I raised my hand too, but I'm going to make it really quick. I just wanted to thank everybody. And just as an FYI, this Wednesday, I believe, the 23rd, there's going to be a virtual, I hate to call it a workshop, but it's a little exercise on how to boost your own creativity. And it's something that I stumbled on. Again, not an original idea, but if anybody's interested, Annabelle will be sending out the invitation and everybody is invited. So
is that, you're talking about the one for NAWA Florida, the workshop, or what?
Yeah, it's for everybody. It's for all the chapters from what I
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. As soon as you give me a paragraph, I'm going to send it out to the presidents as well as our own group, and that way they could share it with their own people.
Yeah,
okay?
I did that earlier today. Okay, thank you, everybody. Gotta go.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so Jill, you wanted to go next?
Sure.
And your piece is?
Sunset on the Flats.
Ah, I like that one too. There's so many good pieces. I'm not kidding. We were just so amazed. So much good work. Are you there, Jen? Are you putting it up?
I am.
Okay.
I haven't left.
I'm not rushing you. I'm not rushing you. I didn't know if I should be looking.
You'll see my son coming in, is taking over.
Okay, so for all you Cape Codders, this is where I took this photo. On Brewster Bay at sunset. I really like it because it looks hot to me as far as the colors, but also very romantic and sort of mysterious. And I took that with like a mid-range zoom lens, it's 28 to 105. And the Flats is a very unusual area in Brewster, Mass. I'm sure that you Mass people are sort of familiar with it, but we go up there a couple of times a year, and it's such an interesting spot because the tides are very extreme. And so this was at obviously low tide, and the tide goes out for a couple of miles and you can walk way, way out. But you have to be really careful and make sure that you watch the tide and it doesn't come rushing back and grab you. So I was standing up on somebody's staircase and taking this shot. One of my favorites, it's a 30 by 45 and it's enlarged on metal and backed by aluminum, which is how I do a lot of my photography enlargements. So.
And Jill Snydeman is the name.
Yeah.
Do you know the two people that are here?
What's that?
You know the two people that are right in the middle?
I don't. Nope, no idea.
Makes you wonder how they got into how they got there.
Yeah, well, a lot of people walk out, and it's a real nature area because there's so many birds that come and lots of little creatures that show up there when the sun's going down. So it's very cool.
There's something about being on the Flats during sunset. It's like a magical time. We don't have that really on the east coast of Florida, but on the west coast, right out there on the beach, I forgot, Fort Myers Beach, whatever. It's absolutely gorgeous. It looks just like that. You go out for God knows how far during the low tide, and it's nothing but walking on sand.
Yep.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, the little tide pools and
right.
Really amazing stuff.
Yeah, it is wonderful to walk on the Flats. I agree. Okay, beautiful piece. It really is.
Thank you.
And
Kate, you had something?
Betty. Betty
Betty?
Ustan Zwickler.
Betty Usdan? Zwickler?
Usdan Zwickler.
Okay.
Sorry for all the, I didn't expect to be on, so I didn't put any makeup on.
Hold on here.
My piece is called The Party's On.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, I sent you a note. Did you see it?
Oh.
I sent you a note.
Like today or?
Yeah, I just sent it. My spelling of my last name is incorrect.
Okay. We will fix
Please.
that.
I can say it's multimedia, right? It's 28 by 36. And the party's on.
Can't see it.
I know, I'm telling you about it until she gets it up.
You guys see
And
it?
the collage paint, mixed papers, ink on paper.
Everyone can see it?
More? I can see it now.
Okay.
So
Betty?
it's collaged, and I've been doing fiber for many years. I was originally a painter, and now I'm kind of mixing paper, paint, and some fiber, and then doing fiber separately as well. So this was actually an older water media painting that I had done, and I never completed it. So I took it out and started with my collage pieces, and a lot of the pieces are from other pieces, which I've used here. I had a lot of fun with that. So it felt like the party was on.
It does.
My party.
It has a lot of fun energy.
It was my
Betty,
party.
Yeah, Betty, your work really is like, even your textile works, they're so beautifully, you know how to, you see the world in color. So you're able to really complete and really balance a piece with so many multiple colors where you think that it may be overwhelming, but it really works. It's great.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the comments.
And I don't know if you're inspired by anybody, but there's so much Miro and Cubism kind of blended in here. It's just, I don't know what your favorite art forms are, but it's definitely influenced.
I like Miro. I'm a Picasso lover.
Definitely, like I said, Cubism. Beautiful, I could tell.
This is just one of a series. I have several in this series, which you can see on my website, which is called fiber-artist.com. Just singular fiber, F-I-B-E-R, not the British, -artist. And you'll see there's several.
It really is pretty, very lovely.
Thank you very much. It's nice. You did a beautiful job.
Thank you, Betty.
Whoever put it together really did.
That's been, I'm gonna shout out so people know, that was, that's Jennifer, the president of NAWA Massachusetts. There's Kate, Kate Kennedy, she's in here, she's gonna talk, I think, next. And that's the president of NAWA South Carolina. And then myself, Roberta Momenai, who's president of the Florida chapter. So we put it all together. Yes, it takes a lot of work, but your work is beautiful. So we enjoy coming together and talking about it, being able to bring these together. Where else can you really talk about artists, be together with the artists, and actually see this caliber of work? It's just excellent. So
We have a really fun couple evenings getting to go through all the work and talk about it. And, you know, I don't know what we did before Zoom, because we never would have been able to have a tri-chapter exhibit like this online.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I encourage you all to volunteer to do some of the online exhibits and hang them, because it's easy to do. And most of what you get to do is just scroll through the artwork and talk about it. So that's the best part.
So since you're up already, Kate, are you gonna talk about yours?
If it's up, did Jennifer find it in there? I uploaded it.
Okay, hold on here.
You can find it.
Or you can actually, you're a co-host, so you can share too.
Oh, you want us to look for our own?
You want us to look for our own? My iPad is not behaving.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Usually I'm like right on top of all this stuff. Is pretty easy, but it's been doing funny things.
Okay. Give me a second here then. So it's in the show image folder, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we will find it.
And while you're looking for it, I'll tell everybody that though we didn't get everybody's name listed on the outside of the exhibit so you could find it, we did have one of us start at the top and one of the bottom. So they are kind of grouped alphabetically. So I think that I started at the bottom, which is that the gallery is listed as Jaroka because we had 4 galleries and we only had 3 gallery names. So we decided that Jaroka would be the Jennifer Roberta Kate Gallery. So we came up with our own acronym. So that's the very bottom is the Jaroka Gallery.
It sounds like a love affair between, what is it, the celebrities.
Yes, Jennifer, Robert Patterson, and somebody else.
Yeah.
Kate, I don't see it in the folder.
Okay, let me see if I can. I don't know. I'm not having good luck, but we can see what happens.
Jennifer, if you can find,
go to the
I would like to
photos.
share also, Jennifer.
Okay, let me find yours here.
Okay, done. I should go.
Go ahead first, Kate. Well, she's looking for mine.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, it wasn't terrible. So I actually painted this one for the show. So I'm really happy with it. And it's based on a poem by Emily Dickinson, which was called Wild Nights, Wild Nights. And it's one of her, most erotic poems, and they were afraid to publish it because they thought it would be too erotic. And it's really the speaker of the poem is talking about herself as a sailor on the sea and searching for the harbor of her love, and her lover in the poem is absent. And so it's about water and the dark sea and turbulence and wild nights. And so I tried to use the floral images to depict the wild nights and the waves and the sea and the darkness. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So this is it's an oil on canvas, and I think it's 36 by 36. So
Absolutely beautiful.
It's such a stunning piece. And the light source kind of tricks your eye.
It was fun.
And what's interesting is that you don't have a focal point, but it makes you want to jump around in it. It's so interesting, the colors and all. You literally are like jumping from one thing to another. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I like to do that with the light if I can, and use the direct light and
that's what it's doing.
And then use the translucent light from behind a little bit.
Lovely, lovely.
It was very fun to do that one.
You definitely have control over the light. Okay.
I like the light.
Yeah, the light. Go into the light. Is there anyone else before Jen and I go that would like to share?
I would, if you can find my wood stork.
Oh yeah, right here.
We liked him. We got a good giggle.
He did, yeah.
He
was adorable.
While you're bringing it up, I'll go ahead and start talking about it. He was actually hovering, trying to tear off this big branch for a nest. This was nesting season in a rookery. And I stay in this rookery about 3 to 5 hours a day to try to catch pictures like this. And I also, as a wildlife photographer, like to give human emotions to my birds, especially. It seems like they're just always doing something that it's relatable to what a human would do. So this photo tells the state of emotion of the past year, which is why I named it Hang In There. But it really also could be the emotion of determination, because he was determined to get that branch off. I hung around and watched him as long as I could, and then I gave up on him. He just kept coming back to that branch, and I don't think he ever got it off, but it was fun to photograph.
It's wonderful. Digital image and 16 by 20.
You know, I really like the wings. They just look so angelic and so powerful. And when you just look at just the wings alone, it's very uplifting, and it definitely would lift you out of the COVID blues.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to look at. No one really cares for hanging a photo of a wood stork in your house. They're kind of ugly, actually, but they just have such great personalities, and I love photographing them because they do so many unique things. But his face is tack sharp, but his wings are a little bit blurred from his hovering. But it was a lot of fun to take.
I think they're endangered, aren't they?
They were on the endangered list. They're not anymore, which is a good thing.
And where was this at? Where was it taken?
It was taken in Florida at the St. Augustine Rookery at the Alligator Farm. It's a natural.
This is definitely, be sure to get into when we do art surf. It's going to be about the wetlands. Definitely put this one in. It's wonderful.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a wonderful piece.
Have you seen this bird since?
I didn't hear.
Have you seen this bird since?
Oh, not this particular one, no. I wouldn't
want to come back for you.
I don't think he's hanging out anymore.
That's the wonderful thing about being doing a that nature photography is that you're capturing something that you may never see again. And that's what's amazing about it. You capture.
That's what I like to do. Thank you. I really like to do that with my photography, is to try to catch something that the average viewer wouldn't see. So that we
have the opportunity.
You're seeing something unique.
Yeah, wouldn't have the opportunity to see it without you capturing it.
Yeah.
So, and this, I've never seen this done so well. The composition of it and everything. It's very lovely, very fun.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Makes you want to smile all the time. Okay.
Well, if you've got time, I'm Sandy Dimke, and if you want to pull mine up, I can tell you a quick little story about mine. Mine is a tribute kind of to Georgia O'Keeffe. I was photographing some flowers high key. I bought a new little toy, a light pad, where I was putting flowers in front of a light pad and putting flowers down on laying down the light pad vertically. And so I tried a few shots with this flower vertically, and then I decided I wanted to put the light pad down on the table and put the flower right down on it. And it was a chrysanthemum. And I decided that it wouldn't lay flat enough, so I cut the back of the chrysanthemum off. I was holding the chrysanthemum bud or a flower with my left hand, and I'm right-handed and cut with my right hand. And when I did that, I didn't realize that was what was holding the entire flower together. So it started to fall apart in my hands, and I quickly put it down on the light pad, and I already had the stem sitting there, and it became this just absolutely beautiful flower in itself. All the petals started separating in a really wonderful manner, and I rearranged a couple of the petals on the left hand side, but I just loved the composition and the way it looked. And so I ended up taking it into Photoshop, and I used actually it was Paint Shop Pro, and took it into Corel Painter and drew some lines to make it look more like Georgia O'Keeffe, kind of stretching the lines a little bit more to make it flow even more. And I called it Unleashed by Nature. So that's the fun story. When you least expect it, you end up getting a good work of art. So
actually, it was so ephemeral. It just feels like it's like otherworldly, the way it kind of drifts off into the light. It's just beautifully. It was a surprising piece, and I was really surprised to see it was digital. Just it felt like almost like painting.
It did, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Gorgeous. I would say it was
beautiful.
I'd say it was a step beyond Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yes.
Yours is more absolute. Yours is more angelic, or kind of floating out.
It's funny, when I first looked at it, I kept thinking of, you know, some sort of really special seaweed under the water, floating. You
Yeah,
know?
I can see how you would think that because it does look like it's floating. That's exactly right.
Very unique, very unique, beautiful.
Thanks. Good.
Okay, and would somebody else like to go? Who's here? I know, Helene, I think you stepped in. Are you still here? Would you like to talk about your work? I know you're here.
Hello?
Who's speaking?
What's that?
Yeah, so you are, about, what's your name? Oh.
Hello?
Okay, anyone else want to
I
talk?
didn't realize it.
Okay, I think
Okay,
someone's just
bye.
talking.
Okay.
Thank you, bye.
I think someone's just talking on the phone. Okay, looks like a couple people might not have spoken yet. Joan, did you speak? Helene? Marcia?
I haven't spoken yet. Sure, I'll go.
Marcia, how do you say your last name?
Odabashian.
Odabashian. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure why I chose this piece, but I'm one of the ones who don't like it hot. This is a piece that I did in a series that was in response to the burning of the books on Mutanabi Street in Iraq a number of years ago. And sorry,
if someone is talking, please mute your phone while someone else is talking.
And so the idea of fire, you know, and burning books was part of what led me to, you know, thinking of this in terms of the heat. And it's called syllabic ash. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's number 3. I'm not sure which one, but I did a bunch of them. And I would 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I was interested in, I wanted it to look like a page of a book. And I have always been inspired by or interested in Agnes Martin and Robert Reinman, but I haven't had a chance to. I mean, most of my work is more like maximal as opposed to minimal, which is what Agnes Martin and Robert Reinman are. So I took this as an opportunity to delve into their work a bit and be inspired by them. And I'm proud of myself for being able to use restraint in this series because I tend to overdo.
These are the ones that have like, do you have like onion skins or something on this or what?
Oh yeah, forgot all about that.
I could see it, but I don't hear it.
These are all done with onion skin dye. And you know, and that of course is all about heat also, you know, just the process itself. And the top part is on Stonehenge paper, and the lower part is vellum that's dyed in a big vat of onion skin dye. And I think that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I was surprised that people have been taking small pieces. It's a 12 by 9.5, and you have so much going on in that small space, but you still kept it simple overall. In other words, there's a lot to see, a lot of interest, but you still kept the size small. Very interesting that people have done that on the show. I've seen it. Okay, who next?
Roberta.
Joan Eckert.
Jonah, okay.
I have I'm a photographer who likes to do all kinds of different work, including some of what Melinda Welker does, an old friend from the days when we lived together in the same community. I'm in the south of South Carolina, down in the Low Country, and my picture is, I think it's coming up now. It's called Longing. It's photojournalism, and I took this picture on Memorial Day, and some like it hot. It was very hot that day, and there were probably thousands of people on the beach. And my husband and I like to go to the beach. First thing we do in the morning at 7 o'clock is go to Coligny Beach, and there's no one there. We ride our bikes for miles with no one there and come back through Sea Pines, and then we are at Coligny where the masses have arrived. And it's a fascinating time to be walking amongst all kinds of people. There were huge families and groups of families, and I'm looking always for one face that catches my eye and my attention. And this woman looking back with a sense of what I thought was longing. I don't think she was too hot, but she didn't look hot, but she just looked dreamy and longing and wistful. And that's what I tried to capture. And I put it into sepia because I didn't want to emphasize the rest of the people around her, but she was my focal point.
And she's so classic. The whole thing looks like it could be beautifully classic even in 100 years from now.
She actually looks as if she has pearls on. I don't think that's true,
Yeah.
but I understand what you mean by classic.
Yeah, lovely. Okay.
She looks hot in a different sense of the word, the way the young people mention hot.
Mm-hmm. And to me, it was also a little bit whimsical because I grew up on the beach all my life, and I can't imagine why people want to crowd themselves like by the thousands to get into this one area just to have that bit of the sun. There's such, I mean, my idea is go in, go jump in the water, go do whatever you're gonna do and get out and go home. I've never been one to sit there, but there's so many people that literally look like, well, squeeze a little, grass in there just to be able to worship that bit of a sun.
Our area of South Carolina has one of the highest tide ranges outside of Maine and Nova Scotia. So people who got there late and put themselves close to the water were clearly in the wrong place. And she was about in the middle.
So she's okay.
She's all right right now. Maybe another 15 minutes and she would have been gone as well.
Yeah, that's funny. Like I said, there's a little bit of a whimsy to it too.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So who is next?
Roberta, do you want to do yours?
Sure, I can do mine. Do you want to bring it up or you want me to?
I'll pull it up while you start talking.
Oh, I have to talk about it? Hang on, I gotta remember it. You're saying I remember all my information here. Well, actually, I can tell you it's called Florida Heatwave. I'm one of those people that absolutely hate the heat. And here I am living in Florida, right? So there's a joke that sometimes the days are so hot here, so humid and so hot that you feel like you can't even paint because it would melt right off the canvas. So I've been doing a series of hibiscus, and in this one, it literally is melting off the canvas. And it's got a bunch of texture. I sculpted with paper. It's like sculpted with paper, and I created the forms. And as they're dripping off, they're dripping down, I paint on top of them. There's also different types of materials that are used. On the bottom, I think I used, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a stone kind of thing at the bottom. It's like all different types of textures. I could show you when I couldn't submit it, or I did. I can't remember if I did or not. It's not really a sculpture, but if I could share it for a moment, my page.
Absolutely.
Are you there? I can show you really quickly what it looks like, so you get an idea, and I'll come out of it again. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, yeah, so you can see, like, I literally had all the stuff that's sculpted on it, dripping off. I won't go through each element, but this is like the top of it. So you can see what I mean. The paper sculpted, lifted, and it comes down, and then I accentuate the accent on the lines. The stuff underneath, it could be anything from plastic to, what is it called, darn it. It's like this ash I got from the bottom. I know this sounds weird. I do rubbaging. I go garbage collecting stuff, and I found this old tub that I now use for compost. And before we got rid of everything, we emptied out, you know how they have like the ball bearings in the bottom? Well, apparently they get so hot down here, they actually broke down and created a dust of ash, and they make the best texture. So at the bottom, I don't have the picture here, but at the bottom is nothing but the texture of this ash that comes out of the ball bearings. So all throughout the whole thing, you'll see that. You'll see paper, you'll see different things. And so I'll go back, you can go back to the original, and I'll get out my stop sharing here. And do you have mine up there or not?
I'll pull it up right now.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Got it? Okay, no, I don't, there we go. So yeah, on the bottom, you'll see all that stuff that piles up. That's how it's done. And it's really hard to get multimedia on a two-dimensional image. It just is so hard. I've tried every lighting, everything. It's a difficult thing to capture. You have to get just the right day, and that day wasn't the right day. You have to have clouds to get really all the textures. But that's it. So this is how I feel in Florida during a heat wave, which is like the whole summer for us.
Sure.
So, Roberta, sorry.
I was gonna say, I can't remember what the size is. Let me just, it's something like 36 or 40. I can't remember. When you're doing it online, you do forget the sizes. That's why I wrote it down here for keep it up. Hang on, it is, yeah, it's 30 inches high, 15 inches wide.
And Roberta, what town are you, what city?
I'm down on the below West Palm Beach. It's called Lake Worth Beach, and it's a kind of an artsy fartsy little town. They focus on a lot of the art galleries and stuff down here.
Oh, that's a great place to be.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of quiet for the last year, and we're on the Intracoastal, but our beach is 5 minutes from here. So I agree. I like going down there when it's quiet and no one's on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Okay, so that's it. Jen, if no one else is sharing, how about you?
Yeah.
Oh, and I should say again, Roberta Milman-Ide. I always forget to introduce myself.
Okay, let me pull up mine. It's actually right underneath yours, Roberta, so it's easy.
It's easy. So you're going to introduce yourself too, because we always do that. We always forget, and the names will disappear when you're on YouTube. So.
Okay. So I'm Jennifer. As an artist, I go by Jennifer Jean Okamura, but you guys all know me as Jennifer Jean Costello. So my last name is, I have a lot of names, so it's Jennifer Jean Costello Okamura is my full name. And that's a mouthful. And when I started, I started working in galleries, they couldn't pronounce Okamura, so they told me to go by Costello. So business-wise, I've always gone by Costello. And then when I started getting into galleries in New York and Connecticut, and they're just like, you're more of an Okamura. So I'm like, okay, and they didn't ask me, and they went with Okamura. So when you do see both names, I am the same person. I'm not. There's not two of me, but this is my piece right here, and so this is called Same Sunset, and it's a way of saying, while I breathe, I hope. Today I see hope and unity in this image, a bright, rhythmic colors that unifies our political beliefs, our common purpose, and our feelings of harmonious and like-minded ways. This is part of a series that I did kind of moving forward. And the idea of this piece comes from, my husband's from Michigan. So we go to a cabin house every year, usually in August, and I basically just we sit on the dock and I read, and it's such a quiet area, Traverse City, and this is actually one of the sketches that I did that I made it into a painting. And the sunset, I'm drawn to sunsets more than sunrises. Even though I get up early now, I'm really more of a night owl. So, and this is kind of where this piece came from and the series came from. So.
It's beautiful. I like I don't know if it's your intent, but I like your impressionism mixed with representational at the same time. You see it, you recognize it, and yet it comes across as a combination of impressionism. That's a soft, almost like an abstract into impressionism. If you understand what I mean, I don't know. It's like your own style is beautiful. It just comes across really interesting. It tells a story.
It gets me away from doing figuratives, which is my first love. So, it kind of works both sides of my mind. So to do the abstracts.
It's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Really flows.
Very nice.
Right.
And Jennifer,
I could do mine.
Sorry.
Okay. Let me pull up yours, Lisa.
Well, she's doing that, Jennifer. I just wanted to say, as an abstract, we can see what we want to see in it. And having lived in Asia for 22 years, to me, it almost looked like one of those street markets.
Mm.
The two people walking down the market, if you can see that in it.
Well, you can,
Jonathan, in a minute.
mine's kind of in the front of that. Mine's in the front of those images there.
Yes. Can you see this story, Lisa?
It doesn't take up the whole screen, but it is it's a painting of a fragment of a whale bone in Antarctica from an abandoned whaling station. This is a watercolor. And it's one of a series of 300 that I've proposed, but I haven't done 300 of them. I think this is one of the really early, number 15, so it's a pretty early one. And I keep it pretty stark, the bones. They were just littered all over the beach. And of course, this is not hot at all, since it's from Antarctica and it's something from the cold. But I sent it, because I thought it was an image I really liked, and it's abstract in many ways, even though it's based on a real photo.
And I thought the same thing about it being beautiful, but it feels very cold, whether you said the name or not, being the whale bones of Antarctica. I was almost thinking that this would be a perfect piece for cold. But NAWA does the national show every winter, and it's like in January, and it's usually called Cold, and it's been Cold 1, Cold 2. This would be perfect. This is a beautiful piece for that.
Yeah, most of my work until this year has been of polar and frozen landscapes. I've been in their cold show several times. So it has my name on it. But the whale bones are really haunting, and it's they're very, very beautiful, but it is also very tragic because there are so few of these whales left. But the bones are old because of the whaling, the ban on whaling since 1965 in Antarctica or in the South Ocean. So the bones, they have these things that grow on them, these algae and moss. It's one of the few things that actually grow in Antarctica. And that's where all the color comes from.
Oh. And the specs on this, it's watercolor, in case I can't remember if you mentioned it, 25 by 24.
And so, Lisa, is that color true to the whalebone then?
Yeah.
It really would look like that? Wow, that is amazing.
Yep.
Do you know what kind of whale it is?
Well, you're pretty sure. Well, first of all, it's a baleen whale, which means that it's either a humpback or a blue whale for the most part. At the time, you know, blue whales are the big prize. That's what you want because you get more bang for the buck. They're so big. These whale bones are huge, but honestly, I don't know. I'm assuming they're probably blue whales, but they could be humpbacks.
Thank you.
Is there someone else that hasn't gone yet?
I haven't.
Okay, who's talking?
Cheryl Boswell.
Okay.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Roberta.
Cheryl, why don't you begin? I'm going to pull up your piece right now.
Yep.
I can give the size if you don't have it in front of you. It's 28 by 22, right?
Right.
And it's watercolor. And I thought this is wonderfully fun. Where is Pippi?
I use photo references quite a bit, and this was and I use reflections, window reflections, so that I have a abstract realistic format. And this was from a window scene I took in Dresden, or in a small town outside of Dresden. So the figurine caught my eye. And the title of it is Where is Pippi? Because when my child was growing up, I just was fascinated with the Pippi Longstocking books and stories and what a character she was. And this just reminded me of that character.
They're almost like doll-like. They have a combination of doll and cartoon. What inspired you for the style? I mean, it looks like you use stippling a lot. Yeah. Do you mask it? Is that how you get the form, mask the areas?
I do a lot of masking, yeah. And I mask with masking tape, actually. I really do. I mask with masking tape. I almost never use masking fluid.
I actually really enjoyed this. I could see an entire book of this. This is wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah,
I hope you do a book of your work. It really is a fun one.
Thank you. Yeah, I had fun doing it and changing it around. And I like the freedom that it gives me to be abstract and realistic all at the same time.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And do we have anyone else now? I know I saw people come in here. Who hasn't gone yet?
Lolly Owens.
Lolly. Hi, Lolly.
Hi.
Yours is the horsey, right?
No, it's the tree.
That's Colton. Okay, wait. Owens. Got it.
Yeah, she was on earlier.
Yeah. Oh, the tree nymphs. I can tell the size. I know a lot of you don't have the sizes of you. I never remember. It's 48 by 32. And there we go.
When I did this, I was thinking about trees, and we recently moved here from Florida. Here being, I'm in Pennsylvania now.
Oh.
And we lived in an area that was under development, and the first thing that goes are trees. So it becomes even hotter in Florida when there aren't many trees around, and the few remaining trees are palm trees because of the lack of diversity that developers do. The lack of diversity isn't there when developers plant. So I just started to think about the spirits of the trees that had been there and aren't there now. And those are the spirits, the tree nymphs. And that's what I painted in watercolor and acrylic, and then at the end I took some oil sticks to highlight some areas. So that's it.
And you weren't here earlier, but let me see what we have here. Just give me a second.
So you're actually one of the winners for
thank you.
best interpretation, theme interpretation.
Oh.
So we're glad that you're on here. we try to interpret it ourselves, but getting it from you is actually better.
Always better from the source. These are just like fun awards. We had many awards. I think we have like 8 of them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not money awards. They're just fun awards that we did that were just to tell you that, I mean, you're all wonderful, but some of them just really captured the spirit of Some Like It Hot. And the fun, just fun. Interesting interpretations. Couldn't give out everybody awards, but.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And is there someone else that we missed here? We have 18 people here so still.
I will go.
Thank you, Jill. That's you. Jill Law.
That's me.
Okay.
First, let me say thank you for including me in the exhibit. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful exhibit.
Thank you. And
yeah, this is a great piece too.
Thank you.
it's not negotiable.
It's not negotiable. It's a commentary, I guess, on an argument, so to speak, where you could be arguing with yourself or with someone else, and you get so heated that you're seeing red, yet other organic matter is filtering into your decisions and thought processes. It's hot.
This one made it really difficult for deciding on voting. Let me tell you, this one was we should have had vote. I would have loved to. I don't want to say it, but you know, there's so many ones that should have won awards. This is also another great interpretation.
Thank you. It is acrylic, and I had a lot of fun painting it. Took a lot of twists and turns along the way. Most of it was done with a palette knife.
And it's 48 inches high, 36 wide.
Yes.
I absolutely love the colors.
Yeah.
Colors are.
Like I said,
I can actually.
You guys did not make it easy to make decisions here because it was so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Jill, are you drawn to these colors, or are you usually drawn to more cool colors?
More cool colors normally. And that's like kind of my vision is always water, surrounded by water, and so this is definitely a departure.
And you did this for the show?
I didn't do it for the show. I did it about 3 years ago, and it's been in other shows, but I thought it was perfect for this.
Yeah, the just the way it contrasts those pinks against oranges, they really do vibrate. Just really warms up the entire canvas. And I love those little droplets in between.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful, excellent.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to go? We're coming close to the end of the reception here. Is there somebody we missed? Elaine, are you still there? Do you want to join us? Talk about your piece?
Not sure. Not sure.
Okay. Well, is there someone else? Otherwise, I guess we're done. Did someone get missed here? I don't want to miss anyone. Okay, is there any questions? Anything else? And
yeah, I have a quick question. Are you going to post the winners anywhere? Is there anywhere you can post the winners? Not necessarily the pictures, of the pieces, but at least the list. I mean, I was just writing them down for a friend of mine who said, "Oh, let me know who the winners are," and there were so many that I'm like scribbling.
On the show, there's a drop-down menu which describes it. You'll be on that. I mean, the winners are on that.
I'll put it all up tomorrow, but we can send it out, Sandy, because I've got a copy of the list.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I just thought it would be nice to somehow have it with the exhibit, if people look and might want to see who the winners are.
Well, that's it. It'll be at on the virtual show. It'll be where you hit the title. It'll drop down, and along with the information, it'll show what the award winner was.
Perfect. We're going to put it on the tags.
Perfect.
But
That's a great way to do it.
I can list it at the top too. So
we just didn't want to do it until today, so it would be more of a surprise.
Oh no, I agree. That's cool. That's very good. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else? You're all good? Everybody's good? Am I missing anything?
Great. Oh, there's our beautiful show page.
So send everyone here.
That's the NAWA SC, and there's 4 portals that you just scroll down. I put everything on the first page so you couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
It's easily seen, where you can just open up each gallery from the front page of the NAWA SC. Very well done.
I went through every one of them today. They're beautiful. Very well done. And thank you so much.
And the background with the names of the galleries is they're founding members of the gallery of each chapter.
So Leanna Mooney is our founding person of the Florida chapter, and Nella Lush is founding of the Massachusetts. Susan Hammond is the founding person of the NAWA South Carolina. And then we had the 4th gallery, so it became Jaroka, which is just a fun play off of our names. You know, Jen, Roberta, and Kate.
Very clever.
Yeah. It only took us 3 glasses of wine to get to Jaroka.
That's it. And I'm still working on it. So
very good. The other glasses after this.
So please spread the word, get it out there. It's easy if you're on an old laptop to use the arrows. It's easier on the smartphones to use your fingers just scrolling around. But it becomes easier and easier the more you do it. I know a lot of people had trouble earlier on. I think it's gotten to the point where people are getting much more savvy with it.
And all the chapter websites we're going to link. We'll also link the galleries. So if you went into the Mass site under the show, it'll also have a link that will go straight to
and I'm posting on I post on Facebook. So joining our Facebook page, even if you're not a member yet, they'll at least link you to different things. And I will take the recording from today and I'll be putting it up on the NAWA Florida YouTube page, and it'll be public. So not just you, but your friends and family can actually see it and learn who's about you and everybody else. You'll be online on YouTube with your art talking about it. So hopefully that you all had a chance to talk, that we're here. And if you haven't, speak up now. So
I'll just say again, thanks for all your hard work. It really has paid off.
Ditto.
Thank you guys. Thanks for your beautiful works. And you know, it's a wonderful community that we have here. I mean, we're all creatives and we all come from different backgrounds, and we all have this passion to create and make something beautiful or thought-provoking, and we're always going to do it no matter what. So
that is
true. Yeah. They say, would you do it? It's not, some people say, well, you don't make any money. It's never been about the money. You know that you're still doing it because you love it. You'd like to be able to have enough money to be able to buy more art supplies. I mean, if you think about that, that's our goal, is to have enough money to pay for more art supplies. So that's about it. But we really do love it. You show the passion. You see the passion in all of your work. It's just so fun.
So we're also going to be promoting this on Artscope eBlast, and we'll be promoting it on our IG, our Facebook, and please promote it on your social media. And thanks everyone for coming and hanging in there. It's been a wonderful ride, and can't wait for what else we create this year together. So thank you.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
very much.